Hello guys, welcome back to iTop Original, and today is another exciting edition on this particular iTech screen recorder version 3.0 we are developing. So before we get started, if you have yet not subscribed to my YouTube channel, please do all to subscribe to my YouTube channel so that you won't be missing any upcoming episode on this particular project. Alright then, so it's been a long journey. We started this project and I think this is the fourth edition of this particular video. So don't worry about anything. I will just be giving you the repo in the description, so you don't have to hesitate at all. So this is what we achieved at the end of the day on the other time, and it was quite amazing. Really, I want to just try and work some things out to make my project looks much more amazing. Excellent. Today we're just going to tackle a little things about this project, and I will love to change this image. So I'm quickly going to change this image to choose an image for me, my logo, just like this, due to copyright issues. So I want to build this in my own point of view as I wanted it to be. So quickly, I have just changed this, and from the previous video you saw that we did a lot of things regarding these guys, and on today's video we're just going to try and categorize these guys into sections, right? That looks awesome. So how can we do this? Before we can do this, I'm just going to add a panel right here, and what this panel is going to be is actually going to be a container for each of the controls, right? So when I just open up iTop screen recorder, you can see that with the iTop screen recorder you can actually switch within Windows, and it's actually going to switch it back to the record sound. You have the wave here, and we have the on and off, the speaker, and then the microphone. That is where you can record only audio, and here also it actually gives you the chance to record a game. So you actually want to detect a game, and you will be doing that, but I am not gonna tackle that game section for now. So I'm just gonna maintain the video, and here is gonna be maybe settings, right? Maybe additional settings or anything like that, right? So what I'm gonna do from here is, let me just minimize this, and let me just quickly change this game sign to settings image. So just have to make sure you know what you're doing, because yeah, so I have the settings here, so that is actually going to contain all the settings I want to get from here. So this is going to be the record panel. So I'm just going to go here for the name of the panel. I'm just going to say record panel, right? So this is actually going to be the record panel. So I'm just going to center this and just try to arrange this for it to be much more awesome, much more interesting, much more amazing, just like this. Just try to play along with this. You see, there you go, right guys? So this is it. So I'm just gonna take this out for now. Just put it somewhere here, maybe somewhere here you can easily remember. So I'm just going to highlight the whole thing from here, just leave the 3, and I am just going to cut it from here, and I just want to put this here, and I'll just paste it in here. Excellent. So now when I just select this, let me quickly just push this to see some gaps regarding that. So I'm just going to take all of these guys, shift them up a little bit so that I can work within these guys to make it looks much more interesting and amazing, right? So I'm just going to center everything from here, make it looks much more interesting and very beautiful. Excellent and amazing job done. Perfect. So guys, this is what I have here, and I will be giving this panel, I have given this panel a name. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to duplicate this panel 3 times. So just gonna go click on this, just go to edit, just click on copy and go to edit. Make sure you don't have this panel selected, go to edit and then you paste it. So you get another one, and this panel I'm actually going to give it a name, and this name is going to be audio panel, right? So this is going to be audio panel. Oh, sorry, there's no spacing regarding this. Perfect. So that is going to be audio panel, and I'm just going to paste the same thing here. So that is going to be paste. So I have another one, and this one is also going to be, you know, the settings panel. So I'm just going to say settings panel. Now I have to, you know, adjust them to the same section, but first of all, let me quickly just try and do the editing right here. So let's see with you know, the iTop screen recorder. Where is it? I think I minimized it. Okay, I think I minimized the iTop screen recorder. Let me just see where I have it here. Let me just search it up. Where is this guy anyway? Alright, so I can see this iTop. Oh, come on, you've got to be kidding me, bro. Right, so let's see. This is going to be okay, so there you go, and it has some sweet animation from the camera view, but I'm not going to tackle that because I don't want to expose whatever they are doing, how they manage to build their softwares. I don't want to do that, right? iSoft original is not purposely meant for that, right? So I'm not going to do that. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to try and see you know, the audio section. You can see my audio wave here, so we should be able to get you know, an audio wave and 2 buttons, right? And one is a microphone, so I'm just gonna, you know, take the microphone for instance. So just say voice thing. That is actually gonna be, oh come on, so that is record. So there you go. No, not this recorder, actually does it. Yeah, this microphone. I really love this microphone. And the next one is going to be the sound, so I'm just going to maintain these 2 guys. So I'm just going to delete this guy and make sure I bring this here. Perfect. Now I'll just delete these panels. I of course don't need them, so I'm just going to delete this as well, and I'll just push this way here. And when you take a good look at this, you see it only have the wave which will be placed right in here. That is the spectrum, and we only have, you know, this guy, these 2 guys, and the text is going to be changed to, you know, speaker and then mic, and these visibles are going to be false, right? So that is what I have here. So I'm actually going to select the main panel, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to push it up, way up, just try to center it and just push it up. But before I do everything, just make sure you turn the visibility of it to false. For now, just turn it to false. Then let's come back and do that. Then let's just push it up. So when you just take a good look at this section, you see that the visibility is actually false. So yeah, it really means a lot to, you know, change the visibility to false. And of course, you know, there are a lot of ways you guys can do this. You can do it in the form of you know, using the user control. It actually works fine, right? It actually depends on what you want to do. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to send this to the back. So I'm just going to say send to back, and this will bring to forward. So just click on this, make sure you have the visibility to be false, because we don't want to show this whenever we start the software, right? So I'm just going to drag and drop this way down here to just, you know, measure the whole thing all together. And what I'm going to do is you know, with the settings, I just want to get rid of a lot of things, right? A lot of things. So what I'm going to do basically is I just want to empty the whole thing for now. So if I need any of them, I'm just going to be needing them. When I talk of the settings, the settings actually should contain the video quality, I mean a whole lot. So what I'm going to do from here is, let's just try and delete everything. I'm just going to delete everything from here, of course, and let's just maintain this guy. Just try and then fit it up. And this text is actually going to be the video resolution, and of course we will be using a video resolution for this project. So video resolution. All right, then, so we just go in for a combo box. I'm just going to use the default items, I mean the default ones, because I'm not using any special plugin or whatsoever here, or any special controls here. I'm just using the default ones. And with this combo box, I'm just going to rename this to CMB resolution. So we will come there to the renaming of the controls, but I just want to make sure CMB resolutions, right? So I'll just set the font size, that is the font size, to let's give the weight like 12, and I think 12 is quite good. So we're just gonna go to the we're just going to tackle the color, that is the background color. So with the background color, I love to use this color right here. So let's just go down and let's copy this color, come here, go to the color, and just paste it right there. So we have it. But with a flat style, you can see it is standard, so I'm just going to use flat. Let's try the next one. Pop. Let's see the standard. I think the standard, and let's see this. So I think we just have to leave it to be the white color is quite not bad. We just have to set the 4 color to that color. So the 4 color is actually going to be that color. So what I'm going to do is actually going to set a collections of items, and I have some resolutions already been copied somewhere, so I'm just going to paste the resolutions in here. So just have to make sure you have all these resolutions inside your project, and you just you can just go to the internet and just try to search for resolutions regarding any of these, and it's actually going to work fine, right? So you just have to make sure you know what you are doing. So I mean, it just really works like that. Perfect. So after you are done, just click on OK, and I want this to select the first index anytime I start this software. So I'm actually going to go to the index, that is the index. I'm just going to go to the index. So where is it? Think but before I do that, there is another thing I want to show you guys. The drop down, that is going to be the draw. Is it the draw mode? No, not the draw mode, but it's going to be the drop style. So let's say drop list, and that is going to set this to a solid color, and it actually looks great, right? When you just do it that way, it actually looks great. So this is actually going to be the resolution, and I really love it. I'm just going to copy and paste this one more time, and I'm just going to put this here. Let's just center the whole thing just like that, and this is actually going to be the audio recording device, right? So you should be able to set a permanent audio recording device. So I'm just going to say select recording device. So that is going to be the select recording device. And what I'm going to tackle again is actually going to be either you want to choose to record mouse, record sound, record in full screen, I mean record sound separately, minimize to tray and all that. We're not going to add a bunch of features into this, because it is a YouTube series we are developing. So I'm just going to maintain it very, very simple and clean. But if you think you want to get a lot, you can just visit my website or my blog to get a lot on this. Okay, so if you want to just visit my blog, it is very, very simple. You just have to open any browser you have here, just open any browser, then you just have to search for my Ike Tech, IKETECH, myiketech.blogspot.com, and that is actually going to redirect you to my official blog. And there, of course, you can get a lot of things here, and also you can just go to project files. And most of my projects I've been doing, you'll be getting all the source codes by clicking them, and you just gonna get the opportunity to download any of them just with a free. Yes. And also, this project will be added after this video here, so you can just visit this website. I'll be putting a link in the description to get access to this website anytime, of course. So you can go to the About Us, then you read more about iSoft Original. I mean, some apps we have been building on all our projects and all that. That is perfectly fine. And then we have the Contact Us, where you communicate with us. You just call us, send us WhatsApp message. We do a lot of things on there. And also, we are working on the Buy Premium project as well, where of course we are hoping for you guys to buy a premium project we have created. For example, we have the complete section of this King Master with a back end, so you can buy it from the premium section sooner or later. So you just have to be updated. And this iTop screen recorder, you can see it's here, but I will be updating the full complete one here, where of course you can download it at just a little token. And yeah, that is it. So guys, let's hop right back into the lesson. So this is what we have done at the end of the day, and I really love it. Now I want to add some buttons here. This is not a compulsory thing, or let's say it's not a mandatory thing you have to do, but I am deciding to do this, right? So yeah, I am deciding to do this. You can decide to just leave it like that, but I think I really love it to do it this way, because this is a certain section. I just want to reserve this side for now. So what I'm going to do actually is just to add up a checkbox, right? So as I said earlier on, I'm just going to use a default items, a default control tools for this particular project. So I have a default checkbox here, and I'm just going to set the fore color to white, just like that. And what I'm going to say from here is record mouse, just like that. And I'm just going to set the font size to maybe 10. It's kind of cool. So I'm just going to say record mouse, and I'm just going to copy paste this 5 times. So let's say this is here, and this is actually going to be record sound. So it's actually going to be the sound. Okay, then we just add another. Then this is actually going to be recording full screen mode. You can dock it to be in a full screen mode always. So you can decide to record in full screen, and it's actually going to work fine. So let's just add another, and this guy is actually going to be record sound separate, right? So you can decide to record sound separate. So I'm just say record sound separate, just like that. And I'm just going to add last but not the least, and that is going to be minimize to tray when recording. You can try to add up all these settings, and you can add a functionalities to these things. So I'm just going to say minimize to tray when recording. Perfect, that looks excellent. So what I'm going to do from these guys is I'm just going to launch up my Btn. Of course I already have it here, so I'm just going to launch my Btn, and I'm just going to go in for the social media, that is for the Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and all that. So I'm just going to add up some icons. So I'm just going to go to my directory, where of course I have my pictures to be, and of course we have a recording images we are working on, and this is the image. So I'm just going to drag and drop this WhatsApp here, drag and drop this Facebook here, and drag and drop how do I say this? Should I use Google? I think let's just use we have Facebook, WhatsApp. Let's just use Instagram. So you can decide to choose any of them. I really don't want to say anything regarding that. So I'm just going to choose this as, you know, my Facebook. So just go to the select Facebook as a first item. Perfect. Then let's choose the second one to be, you know, the Instagram, or we can choose the last one to be the Instagram, but let's just choose this to be the Instagram, making it looks much more amazing. Very clean job. And let's just, you know, use the last one here also, just one more, and that is actually going to be, you know, the WhatsApp guy. Okay, all right, so we have these three icons and I really love it. I really love it. So what I'm going to do for the last time is I can decide to say record a full screen mode. You know, I don't know if it is making sense. I don't really know if this is actually making sense. All right, so we have this guy here, and that is going to be, you know, the record section where sorry, the settings section, and also we just have to move the whole thing up. So just click on the container, that is the setting panel, and already we can just send this to the back so it just gets hidden. So let's just go just like that. Just, you know, you kind of take your time to do this. Just take your time, take your time, take your time, give it some time, let it match up, seal it up to the whole thing, and that looks amazing. Right guys, perfect job done. Don't forget to save your project, and then let's see how we can code these guys. You know, because I am working within red color, I would like to, you know, change all these base color to red. So I'm just going to say red, and you know, I would like to choose, using the JC color picker, to choose, you know, this color as my base color. And whilst I have it here, I'm actually going to copy that. Click on this, just make sure you paste it out, and there you go. I really love it. So I have this here. Let's just try and play along with the colors as well. So I think this color is quite enough, so just copy that, come here, and then let's just paste it right in there. Perfect. This is quite interesting. So that is going to be the same thing. I am going to add it up to these projects, and I think this really makes sense. So I'm just gonna, you know, do this, and you know, the whole project actually changes at once because we want this to look much more amazing and super, right? So now let's start with the naming of these guys. So this is going to be, you know, the Btn record mode, right? So I'm just going to say Btn record mode, and this is going to be Btn sound mode. So I'm just going to say Btn sound mode. All right, and this is going to be Btn settings mode, right? So Btn settings mode, just like this. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to double click on this to enter into the click event that is for the backend. So you can see I have, you know, a backend click here, and I'll just go back again, double click on this to get, you know, this is for the Btn sound record. We have the Btn record mode, and I'll just do the last one that is for the settings. So I'm just going to go here, and we have the Btn settings mode right here. So now let's just, you know, let me just give you a space to see what we are really doing here. So now let's just start with a Btn record. What we're going to say is we're just going to say record panel dot visible equals true. Then we bring, you know, the record panel, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to use, you know, the width. So I'm just going to say width, then I say record panel, then I just say dot you know, visible is going to be true. Just want to make it very simple. Dot bring to front, right? Just like that. And I'm just going to say So if it is bringing to front, that means the other ones have to be turned to false. So I'm just going to say record, I think that is going to be sound panel. So sound audio, right? Audio panel dot visible equals to false. And we're just going to say what I'm going to do is I just want to make this very simple. I'm just going to copy this width, paste it 2 times. So let's just paste it again, and this is the record. This is going to be the audio panel, and this is going to be the settings panel, just like that. And what you're going to do is visible, this is going to be false, and this is going to be false, and this is going to be send to back. Same thing for this. So just going to copy this whole thing, copy that, come here. This is for the sound mode, so I'm just going to paste it here. Now this is going to be send to back, this is going to be false, and the audio is going to be true because that is what we're going to work on it. And I'm just going to say bring to front, just like that. And let's see the last one too. I'm just going to set this to false, and this is going to be send, oh come on, send to back, and this is what we're going to set it to bring to front, and this is going to be true, just like that. Excellent. Now let's test the software out to see how it actually looks like. So there you go, it is actually loading, and this is the software. So I can see my creation, it actually looks amazing, and I can just click on this. It is already been showing, so I just click on this, and now you see we have the settings section. Click on this, we have this guy where of course we can choose. I duplicated these guys, so it's going to be the same thing, but with a resolution, with a record devices, we're just going to sync out to display all audio devices right here. We're just going to do that, so you don't have to worry at all, and we just have to take control over these things, right? We just have to make sure we control all these things, and also we control the colors of these things. So with no further ado, let's see what we can do for this particular project as well. So what we're going to do is we're just going to go back in here, and we're just going to say if this happens, the first thing we want it to take effects before everything dives into it. We're just going to say let's go up and let's just declare some colors. So from here I'm just going to say dim base color, let's say dim back color, is going to be as color, right? And this is going to be equal to color dot that is going to be the base color. So I'm just going to use the transparent, and I'm just going to say dim selected color. So let's just call this deselected color. So this is going to be selected color, or we can just try and give a base color. Let's just call this base color, and this is going to be selected color. So it's going to be as color, and it's going to be equal to RGB, color dot RGB. That is going to be color from RGB, ARGB, just like that, color from ARGB. So you just select this, then we just bring this here, then we go in here, just copy this, then we paste it in here, just like that. So this is it, just something like this. So just have to come down here and make sure you know the names you've given it to them. That is where is it? That is background color, that is the base color, and selected color. So from here what we're going to say is Btn Record. So when it turns the visible to true, I mean when it turns it out to true, we're just going to say dot back color equals to the selected color, just like this. Then we come here, then we say dot back color equals to base color, just like that. Just come here, say dot back color equals to the base color. So we don't actually, when we change the base color from here, it's actually gonna take effect on all of the colors, right guys? I believe you understand me. Yeah, so that is what we have done here. So let's actually set this to the selected color. That is going to be the key true. So just gonna add this, and let's copy this guy, paste it right way here, and another one here. So this is false, so we're just gonna give it to the base color, and this is false, we're just gonna give it to the base color, and this is the selected color, so we're just gonna give it to the true guy. So let's just save this, let's just run it once again, and let's see how it actually works. Oh, it just popped up on my other screen. That is where my mouse is focused. Alright, so this is what we have here, and when I click on this, you see the panels, it is actually switching to the panel. And do you know why? It is switching to the panel because we are adding it to the settings panel. So guys, I'm very sorry, I am very sorry. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna copy this guy. That is the back settings mode, so we're just gonna add it right in here. Just gonna add this right in there, and we're just gonna add this in front of them because that is what we want to tackle. And then we come here, so I think yes, that is the Btn. So we're just going to work on it, settings.panel.btn. No, let's do this way. So I'm just going to clear everything. I'm very sorry guys, I'm very sorry for giving you all additional job again. I'm very sorry. I believe you are forgiving me guys. All right, so let's just program it here. So we will say we're going to use we're just gonna, yes, when we just click on it, we're just gonna say that the Btn record mode dot back color equals to it's just gonna be the selected color. So whenever we just try to click on something, it's just gonna choose the selected color, just like that. Then we say Btn, that is the audio record mode, that is going to be the Btn sound mode, right? So just going to be sound mode. Dot back color should be the transparent. So it's just going to be the base color, right? Just like that. So I'm just going to copy this one more time and paste it right here, and that is actually going to be the settings mode. So I'm just going to say Btn settings mode, just like this. So I'm just going to copy this, very simple, and let's come here, just paste it right in here. And now this is going to be the base color, and because we are working within the sound, I'm just going to set the sound to the the selected color. Perfect. And just going to paste the same thing here lastly. Then that is going to be the settings. So the settings is actually going to be the selected color, and the settings is going to be the base color. So just going to say base color, just like this. Let's just quickly save this and run this, and let's see how it's actually going to work. All right, so I believe this is quite awesome, and let's see, now it is actually working perfectly fine. But then you can see flickers are all over. It's kind of it just flicks somewhere, and it's quite enough and quite interesting, but I really don't love it. So just have to extend this as well, so it makes it looks much more interesting, and you can do that at your own convenience, or let's say at your own conveniency. And I would love to add up, you can add a stroke to this, or you can decide to choose any of them. I mean, it's totally fine. It depends on how you want to do this. It's totally fine. You can do it according to how you want it to be, and it's actually going to be quite amazing. Now let's see how we can call this the audio recording section from here. We will be doing that as well. All right, first, so before we do the whole thing, what we're going to say is, let's try and solve the flicker, because it's kind of whenever we just start the system, it's kind of flicking, and I really hate that. When I just hit on the start, you see it will just be flicking before it starts. Let's see, you see it just flicked. So let's solve that flicking. So with a flicking, I can create a class on that, then I call the flicking, or I can create it manually. I want to create it manually so that you guys can see what I'm actually gonna do. So I'm just gonna call this a private sub, and this private sub, I'm just gonna call this flicker, right? So with me, I'll just set the style. I'll just set the style, which is the control styles. There you go. Dot optional optimized double buffer. Sorry. Yes, and I'll set that to true. Yes. Then I say dot set style, and this also is going to be the control style. So we're just going to say control style. Yes, and this is going to be the user paint, and I'm just going to set this to true as well. And I'll just say dot set style, and this time it's just going to be the same control style, and it's going to be all painting in WM Paint, just like this. I'm just going to set this to true as well. And last but not the least, we just have to update it. So I'm just going to say update style, just like this, and it's actually going to update. So let's see. Okay, so it's going to be update styles. So we're just going to update the styles. So that is for the flicker. So what I'm going to do is, I'm just going to call this flicker first when our form events is loading. So I'm just going to select the form event, and then I'll just go to the loading form load. So this is in me.size is going to be this, but before the size is going to be this, we're just going to solve the flicker just like that. Now let's see how it actually looks like. Now you see it will not be flicking anymore. There you go. But still we have to make some refixing on this. So we just have to come here, and we first have to solve the flicker here, and then just actually solve the flicker here. So let's just start it up and let's see what we can do here. Alright, so this is it. Now I think the flicker is being solved. There is no flicking point, and it looks quite great. It really looks amazing. So let's see how we can work within this to fetch all our audio devices. When I talk of the audio device, when I just bring this up, you see, then I just go to the, I think that should be from the settings. I think let's just click on this is, I want to see that. Yes, so let's see from here. Now with the recording, that is from the record. I want to show you the sound I'm really talking about. So um we just this that is going to be a quick setup, but we're just going to build a system like this, so you don't really have to worry at all. Just wanted to show you, the recording sound, how it actually looks like. You can just select a drop down to select, the type of sound, the sound card you have on a computer. The sound you want to select is actually going to help you to do that, right? That looks perfect. So let's see what we can do from here. Let's just stop this project. Let's go back to design, and I'll just quickly go to the panel that is going to be I'm just going to tackle the settings panel. So I'm just going to click on the settings panel. Just make sure I click it here, and I'll just bring it to the front just like that, so I have it. After that, I'll just send it back. So here, this guy too, I just have to clear everything from here. I just want to clear that. Excellent. And this is the CMB resolution, and this is going to be CMB audio files, audio devices, right? So this is actually going to be the audio device I have. So I think I gave these names. I never gave them the name. Let's just give them the name. So this is going to be CMB CHK is it checkbox? Yeah, CHK record mouse, just like that. This is going to be record sound. So CHK record sound, and this is going to be CHK record full screen, and this is going to be record S sound. So CHK record separate sound, and this is going to be minimize, right? So CHK minimize to tray. Good, excellent. So while we have this, we have the name for this, but I think we can change the selected index of this to be 1. And as you can see, when you just come here, the max length is we should be able to get a selected, that is the tab index. Now I think we should get a selected index. If that should not be the problem, we can just hard code it whenever we start this project. So we're just going to go back here, and from the loading screen, that is where we load up and we solve the flicker. So where is that guy? So this is it. We have the flicker, and that is the form load event. This is it. That is the form load event. So from here, we're just going to say CMB resolutions dot selected index equals 0. So let's set it up to 1, and 1 is going to be the selected index, and that is going to be the first index, and that is going to be this guy, right? Excellent. Now let's see how we can solve this guy. So I'm just going to create a new statement again, and on this statement I'm just going to call this list. So I'm just going to say private sub list audio devices. That is the name. I'm just going to give it to that. So what I'm going to say is the CMB audio device dot text. I'll just do that later on, so you don't have to worry. So we will be keeping the reference of it in our settings. So what I'm going to say is dim obj searcher as new system dot management. So we're just going to tap from the management of the system, and this is going to be from the management object searcher, and where we will be searching this will be, say, select from. So we're just gonna say win32 underscore. So we're just gonna say underscore sound device. So just gonna search from the sound device. Perfect. Let's see how we can fix this guy. So we actually have to make sure we have this. So let's see something here. So we just say system dot management, then we say management object searcher, right? So it's actually going to be the same thing. It's actually going to be the same system management searcher right there, right? All right, now let's try to see if we can. So let's say dem obj, and I'm just gonna call this collection as, you know, I'm just gonna call this as system dot management dot this is gonna be management object collection, and this collection is going to be obj searcher.get. So from here, what I'm going to say is I'm just going to say for each obj as, you know, the system dot management object, you know, in obj collection. Perfect. And I'll say cmb, you know, the audio devices dot items dot add, and is actually going to add the obj dot get property value, and the value is actually going to contain is the caption dot to string. Excellent. So this is where the audio is going to be, you know, stored. So we just have to make sure we fix all these errors so that we won't be getting any error in here, right guys? Good. So you know how to fix this. Let's just you know, open, you know, a directory, and we're gonna access a path, and the path we are gonna access is actually going to be you know, is going to be from our C directory. So let's just go to our C. Then from our C directory, we just go to the program files 86. Then we go to the reference assembly. So just go here. Then we just go to the reference assembly. So where is it? Reference assembly. That is it. So you know, from the reference assembly here, we're just going to go to the Microsoft, and you know, from the Microsoft we go to the framework, and then we say .NET framework, right? So just going to go to framework, then we say .NET framework, then we select the version 4.8. so we select the version 4.8, and from there you are going to see, you know, system.management.dll. so that is it. Where is it? So just going to search for system.management.dll. so just come down to the system section, and yeah, you're gonna see system.management. so where is the management section? There you go. That is the system.management.dll. that is what we need. So I'm just gonna copy this path, then I just gonna go inside my reference, and I'm gonna add, you know, a new reference to this particular project. So from here, I'm just going to click on the browse, then I just paste the directory I have in here, then I just, you know, easily search for system.management. So I'm just going to go to system.management, and there you go, I have it. So just click on add and click on OK, and that will be added to your project, and it's actually going to fix this error for you. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to call this list audio devices whenever the project starts, so I don't have to write all these codes inside a form load event. So I'm just going to, you know, after the flicker solved, after everything, and I'm just going to paste it right in here, just like that. And I believe you really see what I'm trying to say here. So let's just start it up and let's see what we have done so far. Alright then, so this is what we have now, and let's just see from the settings. So the settings, I think we have just moved the settings, so we have to bring it back, right? Okay, so let's just quickly select this, make sure we have the settings selected, and let's just send it backwards. There you go. And let's see, let's just make sure we have this visibility to be false and click on this. We just have to make sure the settings is also working, so just going to set everything to false, but the visibility of the settings panel is actually going to be true, and it just brings it up to the front. So let's just start it once again. Don't forget to save your project anyway. Good, so let's see from the settings. So where is the settings? Let's try to set a visibility. I don't know the reason why this settings is actually not working. Amazing. It should be able to be working. I don't know. Let's see from the settings. Let's see for the visibility. Let's always turn it out to be true. Let's see what happens. I think is the settings quite inside somewhere because we can't see the settings. So let's just move it, bring it back here again, and what we're gonna do is let's set it back to false because I think it was inserted into another panel. That was the reason why it was actually not showing. So you just have to put it back again. Just make sure it just suits up to the edges of it. Make sure everything looks fine. Excellent. So let's just save it once again and let's just click on the start. Excellent. So there you go, we have the settings, and you see automatically just selected this guy because that is the second index. This is index 0, this is index 1. It just comes like that. So by default it just selected this section, right? Perfect. So let's just make sure the recording audio devices are also here. You can see I have my audio device here. I can choose within any of them, and it actually looks quite amazing, right guys? That looks amazing and very, very perfect. So the time is very late, so let's quickly do these guys, and let's just try to make it looks much more interesting. When you just come to the settings, all of these guys should go off, but when you just come here, you just have to make sure we have only these two guys. Just come here, we have all of them. So let's just do that and end for today's edition. So just gonna highlight everything and just try to center them. Perfect. Now let's go back here and let's see what it does. So when it just come to the audio section, you can see only the speaker and then the mic, right? So this is going to be turned to speaker and this is going to be turned to mic. So this is going to be I'm just going to call this LBL C1. That is going to be change 1, and this is going to be LBL C2, LBL C2. This is going to be LBL C4, C3, LBL C3. That is it. And this is going to be LBL C4. Excellent. So what we're going to do is whenever we select the audio, we want to see only this. So just going to go in here, just select that, and I just want to show you guys something. Just going to take this and pin this to the left side so I can see the codes. So whenever I just click on this, so I'm just gonna hide this so I see everything quite clearly. Just gonna take all these back and I see everything clearly here. So now when I just click on this guy, I want these two guys to go off here. So what I'm gonna say is this LBL C4. Whenever I just click on this, I want all of them to show. So that is from here. I'm just going to say LBL C1 dot show. Let's use dot visible equals true. LBL C2 dot visible equals to true. So it's just gonna be like that. Just like that. Okay, so we have LBL dot visible, all of them should be visible. Now let's come to the the audio section, right? So that is actually going to be the audio recording. When you just click on this, we just want it to happen. So just go here, just want to paste it right in there. So let's just say this is for the set. Let's just paste it right here, and what we're going to say is we only need these two guys. That is the the 1 and then the 2, right? So this is going to be false. Then you just set this to false, and all we're gonna, because these are going to be changed, we're just going to say LBL C1, which is of course the webcam, dot text should be equal to, we're just gonna assign it to a new text, and this text is going to be mic, and then we have the speaker. So I'm just gonna copy this same thing and change this to the 2, just like that, and this is gonna be the speaker, and this is gonna be mic, just like that. Save this guy and all is good. That looks great. I'm just going to show you a trick again, because when we just let me just copy all of these. Now let's go back here to this guy. Whenever we click on this guy, we just have to set these two back to the mic is going to be for the webcam, and this is going to be for the the mouse, just like this. Let's just save this here. So this is going to happen, but when we just let's just copy the whole thing. For the settings, we don't want to show any of them, because the settings, it actually don't have anything related to all these text, right? So just gonna clear everything from here, then we just set everything to false. Yeah, that is it. So let's just try it out, and let me show you one more trick. So there you go. When you click on this, now you see we have speaker and mic, but they are very close. Click on this and we don't have any of them here, but when you just click on this, all of them are here and they all looks amazing. So let's just fix that. So how can we do that? We just have to make sure, so we are done with this, we just have to make sure we click on this, and with the auto size, let's just turn it to false. So auto size, let's just turn it to false, and let's just make sure it fits up to the the size of it, and let's set let's just set all of them to be false at once due to time factor. So I'm just going to set all of them to false, and I'm just going to adjust them accordingly to how I want it to be. Perfect. Let's do the same thing for this guy, and that looks amazing. I really love that. And this guy too, it looks amazing. Excellent. So what we're going to do is let's just select all of them like that, and let's go to the the text align, right? So just going to go to text align here, that is top left. So we're just going to say center, just like that, and we're just going to click on save. Just make sure you save your project. Let's just debug it for the last time to see how it actually looks like. Okay, perfect. So now you can see everything looks amazing. So with the text speaker, that is where you have to work with it. So just have to simply, go to this guy and extend this just like that, and you push this a little just like that. Save your project, try it again, and it should be able to work perfectly fine for you. Alright guys, so thank you very much for joining me on this amazing episode, and I really appreciate you guys a lot. And don't forget to visit my website so that you won't be missing any future projects. Just visit my website, learn how to do a lot of things, and you can just go to the project section. I will be leaving the source code download link in the description from here, where you can link up to here and you can download something from my blog, and it looks quite amazing. But don't just don't just download the video, don't just download the source code and leave. Please do also subscribe to my YouTube channel if you want to get more on on our upcoming projects we are working on. On our next episode, we're just going to see how we can design our recording spectrum, where of course whenever we just switch to this section, we will see a spectrum which takes up our voice from our recording device we are using here. It's just going to work like that, right guys? Alright then, until we meet again on our next lesson, have a nice day, and iSoft Original is out.